Courtney, prosecutors introduced the recording as Exhibit 1 and called their star witness who made it to the stand on this, the second day of testimony. Detective Trotter told the FBI 2 years ago that shortly after Peter Gerace was arrested, he was contacted by Gerace's lawyer at the time, Steve Cohen, who invited him to come chat about the case, something Trotter told FBI agent Jason Camerad here he wanted no part of. I had the town lawyer call him and say, I'm not going to have a sit-down. Peter's not a friend of mine. Trotter had guessed Team Gerace was interested in him as a character witness to rebut the testimony of Katrina Nigro, Gerace's estranged wife, who was a star government witness at the trial where Gerace was convicted of drug and sex trafficking. Trotter figured it was because, as the Amherst PD domestic violence officer, he'd investigated several harassment complaints that Gerace had filed against Nigro and about her numerous arrests. The two chatted for an hour and a half at Panera Bread in Williamsville, where Trotter further told Agent Cameron that he hadn't been in contact with Gerace for over 5 years. I think my last interaction with him was January of 2017, is what he said. What Trotter didn't know was that Cameron was secretly recording the conversation and that agents had seized Gerace's phone records showing numerous calls between the two since Trotter said they had last spoken. According to Agent Cameron, Trotter's demeanor, initially comfortable, began to change. He physically changed demeanor when we started asking about things other than Katrina. He appeared to be taken aback. This included when asked about an investigation by Amherst Police into the theft of Gerace's Rolex watch by Gerace's ex-girlfriend Felicia Hunt, who also testified at the Gerace trial. On the recording, Trotter is heard to say several times, I don't recall being involved. That was not my case. He never reached out to me about it. But prosecutors are entering into evidence text messages between Gerace and Trotter, with Gerace directing Trotter to Hunt's whereabouts and Trotter more or less providing Gerace a real-time blow-by-blow of her 2019 arrest, more than 2 years after Trotter claimed they last had contact. Trotter's lawyer, Don Thompson, says the only thing his client, a decorated officer, may be guilty of is having faulty recollections of events that occurred years ago, and there's no proof that he was being purposely deceitful. Trotter was also heard to say on the tape that he had visited Pharaoh's Gentleman Club maybe 10 times over the course of the 20 years that it had been open, but didn't appear to think much of it, saying, quoting now, if I wanted to buy expensive drinks from women who had absolutely no interest in me, I'd go to Russell's or Salvatore's instead. It provided a rare moment of levity in the courtroom. On your side of the newsroom, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, David.